Hello YouTube, back at it again with another YouTube exclusive draft. Since we had the B&R announcement yesterday on June 1st, we only have today, Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday, to play with the companions before they are eroded forever. And that does include the drafting format. So we're definitely going to hop in here and try to see if we can take advantage of that, see if we can get last few drafts in with companions. Now for those of you that don't know, the B&R announcement came with a companion, errata, that states basically, instead of being able to cast your companion from the sideboard, you have to pay 3 generic mana at sorcery speed to add the companion from your sideboard to your hand. Now, this definitely nerfs and slows down the effectiveness of companions. I don't think it's going to make them just outright unplayable in standard, but for modern, legacy, and vintage purposes, it's basically the death of companions. But we still have a few days, so let's definitely get some games in. Also, while I'm talking about it, let me give plugs. If you don't know already and you've only found me through YouTube, I Twitch stream. I stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so feel free to go follow my Twitch. I put that in the top of the screen today. So give me a follow there. We have a lot of fun time, great conversation. It's a very active chat, and definitely would love to see you join us there. With that being said, let us draft some Ikoria, and we will see you guys. Yeah.
Test, definitely make sure. God, that sucked last time. But we also went 0-3, so now we have the opportunity to do better, learn from our mistakes, and hopefully it was a sign that because the mic wasn't on, that we were going to do bad. So definitely think that that's what we were trying to hear from the great beyond.
Okay, and we are now in it. Let's see what we got here. Definitely like to draft with the side view and build with the bottom view. Definitely not a big fan of just simply taking a tri-land and going from there. Kind of locks us into something. See if there's anything that this pack is trying to scream at us. Weaponize the Monsters is a interesting deck that we have not played yet on this channel. We could try and force a low to the ground aggro deck. I mean, those are a thing, right? Outside of that, nothing else here seems really that great. So I'll take Weaponize the Monsters and see what goes from there. Who knows? All right. Then we get Unpredictable Cyclone. Definitely an interesting card. Not sure how much I'd give it on merit for being fantastic in this format. The Cycle deck is pretty strong, but the Cycle deck doesn't really need Unpredicted Cyclone to really go off. I think we're going to stick on the low to the ground aggro plan, play a bunch of good removal. With that being said, we're looking at Durable Coil Bug and Forbidden Friendship. No real reason to simply snap off the 1 mana cycler here because we did not get any cycles, matters, spells. We'll take the coil bug here and we'll go from there. Then we see a snare tactician come our way. Dare we attempt to force cyclers? We could. The deck is really strong, and we could see what happens. We could see what happens for sure. Nothing else here seems terribly fantastic. Let's take the snare tactician, and we'll see if we can maybe get a cyclers deck going here. Well, this is the pivot point. We have Serrated Scorpion, which goes great with Weaponize the Monsters, but we haven't done a cyclers deck yet on this stream, on this video. So let's take let's see if we can weave ourselves just into a simple cycling deck. Let's see what we can build here. See if we can get the right pieces. Definitely like the Serpent here over the snare. Another snare tactician. That's strong. I do like Banishing Blade. Something to definitely think about. I think we're just going to end up taking the Imposing Vantasaur here. It's a great creature and cycles for 1, which is what this deck wants to do. Then in this instance, we could take the 2 mana cycler. We could take the Fixing. I think at this point we're going to take the Fixing. There will be more cycling stuff. Forbidden Friendship did come around, but we're going to simply just take the Coordinate Charge. Really good if we are able to go wide and also cycles. Sometimes you just don't have anything great in the first few packs and you end up weaving. That's okay. And who knows, we could potentially still play Weaponize the Monsters in this deck. All depends on what we end up building here. If we end up going super wide, then Weaponize the Monsters can be an interesting little combo. Probably don't want another coordinated charge. We'll just take the 1 mana cycler at this pack. Here we'll take the Fixing. Can't think of a reason why not. Then we get into this one. We could take the Scorpion. We could take the Enchantment. We'll take solid. Well, we'll take the Scorpion. Who knows what we end up doing there? Probably not going to play any of these. Take Forbidden Friendship. Really like that card a lot. And the land. Okay, Pacifism is really strong. We have another Snare Tactician, and this pack has a lot of great cycling cards. I think I'm going to end up taking Pacifism here. It's one of the best removal pieces. Easy Prey is nice, but doesn't hit the bigger stuff, and Pacifism just wipes things out. Definitely not in the Labyrinth Raptor Menacey deck, so we're going to take the Pacifism here and hope to wield the Snare Tactician. Snare Tactician is good, but Pacifism is just an answer. Really want to see a Valiant Rescuer. Valiant Rescuer is a way that we can really go off with Weaponize the Monsters and still keep our pack 1 pick 1. In here, we have 1 mana cyclers galore. Nothing else that really screams at me. We could take Escape Protocol, but I don't think we have... we don't have anything that really cares about Blinkage. No ETBs. And there aren't a lot of great ETBs in this set. Good to take Clash of Titans here. It's a fine removal piece. But we'll keep on the strong cycle plan now, and we'll take the 1-mana cyclers. Would like to see Clash come back around. We do need a few more payoffs. We just have Snare Tactician. Another Pacifism. Perfectly fine. If we end up not having many creatures, we do want to have a lot of good removal. The cycling deck does have a few creatures from time to time. So we'll take Pacifism. Death's Oasis. Nice rare enchantment here that's just not in our colors, so perfectly fine turning the other way. Not looking at that. Another removal piece if we do want to go a little bit more Mardu-y. Then just keep these as 1-mana cyclers. It's a good removal piece. Memory Leak is probably what I'd prefer to cast over Ambush and Startling Development, so our choices here is either Blood Curdle or a 2-mana cycler. I think I'll take the Blood Curdle here. We'll go with a more Mardu. Hey-yo! We got the Zenith Flare. That's what we want to see. So we'll take Zenith Flare and hope to wheel the Prickly Marmoset. Zenith Flare is definitely our goal. If we don't wheel the Marmoset, then we'd like to see Scored Barns instead. Then we have this pack. Pretty sure we just simply take the Cycler. We could just take Deadweight. Though it doesn't seem terribly fantastic in this set. So I think I'll take the Cycler. General Enforcer is pretty great. Perfectly fine with that, but Extinction Event, we have a rare board wipe. Seeing as how currently our creature CMC is split, but we'll take the removal for sure. Extinction Event seems great. And that'll probably be the end of our great cycle. Take advantage cards. Could take some bad removal, but we'll just keep the cycle cards coming. Doesn't really matter at this point. We'll take the mission. Take the Wilt, I guess. We could take the Escape Protocol just to see if there's even a chance that we find a way to break it, but I think we're just going to take Memory Leak. It's good. We can cast it in this deck. Yep. So now we have a good number of cyclers. We need to start valuing creatures. This is a way to get creatures back if we lose one. Take Fight as 1. So pack 3, we need to find us some good, more cycly payoff cards besides just simple Snare Tacticians. So give me some good. Ooh! So that is a decent payoff, but we have a second Zenith Flare. Zenith Flare came around to us last time. I mean, that's pretty good. If we end up going Esper instead of Black. No, I think we just need to take the Zenith Flare here. We have some decent good black cards that I don't really want to go into 4-color for. Outside of this, Rio would be nice to potentially wheel. Ominous Seas, there we go. That's a payoff and a half. Ooh, we also got Drannith Stinger too. Which way would we want to go? I'll take the Ominous Seas because it's less likely to wheel. We've been taking a lot of the cycling cards, so we may not find somebody playing Drannith Stinger. So let's do that. We'll take Ominous Seas and see. Oh, we're not playing blue. Drannith Stinger, get in the deck. Ominous Seas is not good enough to just simply play blue. But then we get this. Man, they're really playing with my heartstrings here. The Cycler deck doesn't tend to get up to 7 mana that much, so we'll just stick with our Mardu plan. We'll take another Snare Tactician. We have another Pacifism. Pacifism's fantastic. We could take another 1 mana Cycler, but I think we're already filled to the brim with 1 mana Cyclers. We're doing pretty good on that front. Pacifism's just great removal. Blade Banish is a little medium. I'll just take the Pacifism. Okay, then we're in here. Another Lava Serpent could be decent. I think I'm going to take the General Enforcer, perhaps. This is an interesting one. I'll take the Serpent, I guess. General Enforcer... General Enforcer is a great way to use mana if we got nothing else better to do, so I'll take the Enforcer. We also need some just cheap creatures to help us survive the early game if our pacifisms don't. But we have a good number of them, so keep up with the pacifisms. And just like that, we're pretty much out of it. So our payoffs, we got 2 Zenith Flares, and we got 3 Snare Tacticians, so we just need to stay alive until we can Zenith Flare. So we're kind of like cycling control. With us being cycling control, we'll take this guy. It's removal. Technically it's removal. Blade Banish. Boop-a-doo-doop. Take the Cycler. Take the Mana Fixing. Take the Tapper, most likely. Yep. Checkpoint Officer is pretty good. It's another way to get us into the late game. I mean... Nah, we gotta take the Labyrinth guy. Can block really well. We'll take the... just in case we find ourselves needing to have more creatures. Did not get our Wolverine, did not get our Valiant Rescuer. So, we don't have the best cycling deck here, but we have 2 Zenith Flares. So if we can push Zenith Flare to its limit, then we can definitely win here. I'm going to start by removing all the lands here. Let you guys pause now if you want to check out. This is where we start with. This is the top of ours. Those are our lands. There's everything we got. So I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to come back once we have finished the deck. But I always like to say, this is just kind of my marquee to go in with this, is if you are constructing and you haven't been necessarily building your deck as you draft, you've just been kind of putting the cards you most likely will play in your deck and the rest of the sideboard, it's best to remove all the lands from your deck before you start constructing, and if you end up wanting to use the suggested lands, press that button afterwards, because if you fix your deck up and then keep the suggested lands, the algorithm is not going to be the same because you might have removed like a couple more red spells, so your red dependency is less. So just a safe thing to do so that you don't accidentally go into game 1 with a less than ideal mana build. So we're going to cut it here, and then I will see you guys with the final best form deck that I can come up with. So sit tight. Okay, so here's what I ended up going with, the final build. We did end up going with simply 16 lands. We were pretty heavy on the cyclers. We might end up casting our Lava Serpent, but our main goal here is to simply just survive with Snare Tacticians and a good removal package, while also having good blockers and good tappers to get into the late game and potentially Zenith Flare them out. In total, we have 8 cards with cycling, so our Zenith Flare on average is looking like it's going to be doing 5 damage. But if we're patient, we can go a little bit harder than that. So we really need to just simply keep on the control plan, keep tapping down their dudes, and then get in for a few damage to then be able to Zenith Flare them out. May end up actually casting our Imposing Vantasaur at some point to do that. Lava Serpent can also help with the extra reach as well. Besides that, we just have a lot of good removal pieces, so we either have a Cycling Payoff, Removal, and Zenith Flare, which technically is a Cycling Payoff. But that's the deck. Feel free to take a second, look at it over one last time, but let's hop in there and see if Cycling is as broken as it is acclaimed to be. Okay, here we are with Game 1. To be noted, since we are playing 16 lands instead of 17, I didn't feel like adding in the extra lands to play our blue spells, so our blue spells are literally just 1-mana cantrips. That's all they are. So this hand seems perfectly fine. We have all of our mana, we have a lot of cantrips. May end up actually casting Memory Leak here. It just all depends on what our opponent is doing. We do need to draw into some removal and kind of hope that our opponent is not on an aggro deck. But we have our plan here, and our plan is really just cycle a bunch. They do Mole, so that does make Memory Leak a little bit stronger. See if they go again. Nope, just one. Alright, so we will throw down a Swamp. I always like to play whatever land I have 2 of first. It's just my thing, and send it back. They play a Swamp, and they pass it back. We'll cycle Frostveil Ambush. Opponent's either thinking that we're on Control or Cyclers. We did draw our Snare Tactician, so that is fantastic. So we will play a Mountain here. And we'll pass it back. We'll end up not cycling here, so now we want to save our cycling for tapping. Let's hope our opponent plays an even CMC. They do. Love to see it. Alright, we'll play a white here, and now we just need a fade removal. And we also just want them to play another even CMC creature. So don't play something CMC 3. Play another 2-drop. I can't block. They just pass it back. Okay, so at this point we are just going to tap. We're just going to attack and keep tapping. Want them to go land 4-drop. We will go ahead and cycle here, tap the creature. Now we do have 6 mana, we couldn't actually get to that point, but next turn it's looking like we kind of want to just Memory Leak. Take an odd CMC thing out of a hand. Interesting. Let's see what's going on over there. May just end up taking 2 off the Raptor here. I'd rather play this. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Okay, so they have a 2-drop, they have a 3-drop. If they have a 3-drop and they say odd, then this could be a thorn in our side. Offspring's Revenge. Most of our stuff is just, we only have 1 real removal piece. So Offspring's Revenge is only if they cycle something into their graveyard. So I will, although Mutual Destruction also just kind of gets rid of our plan here. So their hand is pretty good. Pretty good. So next turn they could pump and trade. So they have a lot of ways to kill our Snare Tactician. So, these do all make, I believe, 0 CMCs. This is actually a really tricky point. Their hand is pretty scary if they draw the right mana. So I'm just going to take the odd CMC creature. We'll take the Labyrinth Runner. Or, what do they call it? Is it Labyrinth Runner? Oh, Lava Brink Venturer. And then we'll pass it back to them. If they want to spend their turn trading our creatures, then that's okay. Mutilate my Snare Tactician? Okay. Yep. So that's fine. And then next turn we just slap them with 5/5, which Destruction was the only way in their hand they could have done that. Once they do draw their white, they can get their Mamba back, but I'm not too terribly worried about that. So, my turn. We'll play land, we'll throw out the Serpent here, and then we'll get in for 5, jam the spacebar. And then we'll just sit back on this Extinction event, just in case we need to clean up the board a bit. 3 mana to get back a 1/1. Alright. It does have Death Touch, so now making it fight next turn can kill my guy. So that's not cool. Do kind of want them to draw their white mana now. Pretty interesting spot we're in right now. I think I am just going to Extinction event here, get this mob off the field, and then they're just pretty low on opportunities or ways to kill our Lava Serpent. So this is odd, right? Even, yeah. So we'll just Extinction event here, and I will call odd. And let's get in for 5. Still make it so that our Lava Serpent can't be killed by our opponent. They have no creatures with Death Touch in their yard. So they're just simply going to play out their enchantment for later effect. I guess mana efficiency is a thing. Opponent is ballsy. Oh man, it's pretty good at this point. Oh, there's Blade Vanish. Alright. Put them to 1, and we have a flash creature, so let's see what they do here. Interesting they didn't decide to mutate there. Yep, we have enough mana to do both, so let's exile this thing and flash in this thing. Pacify this thing. Okay, so it was a little sloppy, but we did end up getting there. We may be a little light on creatures. I know we're at like 10, I believe, but let's see what happens in game 2. Okay, here we are with game 2 here against Wurkle. Woo Curl? I don't know. And the hand seems fine. We have a Cycler Payoff. They're on Yorion, so that's one of the easier cards to play. One of the better companions to get in Limited, so they have that going for them. But they're also playing a very thick deck. So this hand is fine. We would like to draw a black source, but we have some good keeps here. So we'll keep this, and let's see what our opponent does with their 60 cards. Oh, that's right, because it's a 40 deck minimum. See what they do with their 60 card draft deck. Yorion. Pretty solid. And we're not going to cycle here. We're going to try and save as much as we can for our Stinger here. If we had drawn a black source, I might have played General Enforcer first. Because if they do kill our Stinger here, then it feels pretty sad. Thieving Autor. Nope. Let's play our land here and play out this runner. We are in an aggro deck. So we do want to try and deal as much damage as possibly can, because we do have 2 Zenith Flares as our end-all be-all. So it gives them one more opportunity to kill our Stinger, but if they spend all their mana killing our Stinger this turn, then our Venturer still gets in. Combos. Got their 4th land. Oh, and we got our black. Okay, cool. So let's start by attacking. Then let's play our Enforcer here, and then we will cycle on their turn. No need to do anything on our turn, really. It's an instant speed effect, so there's no split second in this format. So they're doing a cool little get in for 2 spiel. Let's see if they make it 3 here. Getting to draw some extra cards, so it's nice. If they decide to pump it up, we have Banishing Blade, but we also have a bunch of pacifisms and other forms of removal. Fun note that if we say odd with our Extinction event, we only lose 1 creature and they lose 2. So let's hope they continue to play odd creatures. Their creatures are odd. Again, we'll cycle our blue spells. We may end up casting Memory Leak. Cool. Cool. See if they target their Thieving Otter. It will remove the flying counter. Cool. But it is still odd, so our Venturer can still get in. Drawn a bunch of lands. Okay, pretty cool. We are going to Banishing Blade Yorion. And then we are going to swing the entire team. We are an aggro deck. And then we'll probably just end up cycling Mana Leak. If they were able to make a they were able to make a 2-card, 60-card deck. If they were able to make a 2-color, 60-card deck in Limited, then that's pretty impressive. So I'm hoping they're not mana screwed, because we definitely do not want that for anybody. Would never wish that upon my worst of enemies. Opponent is drawing 2 cards a turn. They got an even... Man. They have Hexproof too? Alright, so our attacking thus forth ceases. Yeah, let's just cycle. Let's get some damage. We're hunting for a Zenith Flare. Interesting. Well, we can't target Paterion, but it's something we can do. So let's play our Checkpoint Officer. Next turn we can start tapping the Otter, making sure that they can't do anything about it. And let's play a land. Definitely don't have a creature in our yard, and opponent doesn't have anything in their yard either, so... Yep. Pass it up. No tax. End turn. Don't want to trade one of my creatures just to kill the Wingspan Mentor. So we'll probably just end up flashing in the Deadeye Lurker for a go-wide approach. Because so far they can only block 3 of our creatures. We can have 5, so we'd be able to get in for 3 damage down to 6. Put a couple Cyclers in our graveyard. Or at least 1 Cycler in our graveyard. See what they do. See what they do. They got a full mitt of cards. A full mitt of cards. If they attack with the Terion, then we definitely get in. But this should be the last turn that they get to draw off their Otter. Nope, they'll get 1 more turn. You got it, opponent. You got it. If only you had reach. You got a bow and arrow. Why do you not have reach? Lifelink, that's not good. I have to turn in a slight corner here. I might have cycled that to give the otter lifelink just to get some extra sauce on you. Opponent's got a pretty good deck going here. Pretty good deck. Neck. Opponent's got a pretty good deck, and I got a pretty bad neck. Extinction Event would still be a pretty hot hit. For sure. See what they got here. They got something. They must have something. Cool. Alrighty. Well, okay. It's nice. At least we're not there yet. But we can cast it if we need to. Yep. We may end up just having to kill the Splendor Mare. If they attack the Splendor Mare, we may just end up having to kill it to keep their life total low. We have another Zenith Flare in the deck. And if they don't attack for the Mare, then we just make a 1-1 with our Enforcer. But nothing else we can really do there. So, no attacks. End turn. I'm actually not sure how this interaction works with Brinker. Not sure if they gain life if we block. Extinction Event. That's what we want. If they attack, I'm a block and just see how that interaction works. I think they don't gain life. Okay. Alright. So now we're just sending Zenith Flare at the Otter here. This has dwindling effects. Oof, okay. Let's see what happens here. Just that? Alright, we'll kill it. Gain some life back. See if they have a counterspell. Okay. Well, we are drawing lands. We will get to General Enforcers, though, so that's nice at least. Pass. No attacks. End turn. Okay. At this rate, we just might say Extinction Event on even, just so we can get in with our Labyrinth venture. Sure, we lose these guys, but they're not doing much anyway. Yeah. That's a clock, for sure. Cool. Alright, let's get another red source. So we got everything else of everything else. Put the fear into them that we're working our way towards an ultimatum. Wish we would have got it. Oh man. and then we will use our Enforcer. To continue the go wides. Plays outside of our extinction event, but this is nice. This is definitely nice. Do we cycle it though? It's only 1 damage. Doesn't get in, so we're just gonna cycle it. Puts a creature in a graveyard, makes another 1/1. And deals a damage. Okay. No attacks. Enter. Ooh, we are playing a grinder. Broodmoth. That's pretty good. That is really good. We should be able to exile the creature on the stack. Not sure exactly how that plays on Arena. Have not had to do that yet. Holding control. We should be able to eat the mare out of the graveyard. So eat the mare, they have no target. Make a 1/1. And I was right, they don't gain life there. So they do have a flying clock on us, which can be troublesome, and we're just, oh my goodness, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rough. Alright, so at least now we're able to make 2 tokens. So we have that. And if they attack with their imposing Vantasaur, I guess we make a token, block, 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 and then eat it before it comes back. But there's a good chance they probably just attack for 3 here to draw a card. Or they just, actually they're going to attack for 4 because they have the ability to pump it here. So, Boof. Alright. Yeah, nothing we can do here but wait. Pretty sure they just pump the moth at this point. Yeah, no attacks. No attacks. Yeah. Leave up 2 activations of Enforcer here. Yep. Ruin the moth. We have tons of removal in our deck. We have not seen a lot of it. Tons of removal. The extinction event would be nice. Get in for 5 here. Draw a card. Let's go. Pacifism, extinction event. We have good draws. Let's draw them. What's our cycle count now? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it, 4. I got a Lutri. You have a Lutri. So eat that. Eat that. The extinction event, come on. Opponent's deck is strong. Super strong. So we'll get it back as a flyer here. But, we just need to draw an extinction event. It's pretty much the long and short of it. If we draw an extinction event, we sit pretty good. Really? They don't want to make it a flyer? That's puzzling to me. It's very puzzling for me. So we stemmed the bleeding a little bit. We have one more creature in our graveyard that I would want to eat. So we're running low here. Man. We're running hot. Extinction event. Another pacifism. Blood Curdle. We have 17 cards in our deck and like a third of its removal. You sure are doing the right part of drawing a bunch of cards, that's for sure. But they so graciously put another creature in their graveyard for us. So that is nice, at least. At the bare minimum. Yeah. Yep. Hoo boy. 3-turn clock. Now we have 2 turns. Extinction event! Plus, or more cyclers. We have a lot of cyclers in our deck too that help us draw into our extinction event, or just cyclers into our Zenith Flare. We have outs. We just need to stop drawing lands. We're even running 16 lands. My goodness. My gosh. Please, not a land. Please, not a land. Perfect. Double perfect. Don't have a counterspell. I know you've had everything this entire game. Okay, good. Menace counter on this guy. They only have 1 even creature that can attack, so now we can start getting in ourselves. What do you got, opponent? You got something. What do you got? Flash even creature would be insane. One, two, three, four, 5. No need to play the land. Keep the fear in him a little bit. Oh boy. Grind Fest .deck day. Another otter. Okay. Doesn't change anything here. Some synergy. Nice. There's a chance they might have some flicker spell. We got rid of their best flicker spell in Yorion, but there's a chance. Man, my nose is runny. My nose runneth. Or runneth over. That's what they do here. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Wild. Definitely wild. Cool. Alright. Why is it being weird? That was odd. Are you sure about that? Yes, I am. I'm very sure. Alright, we'll double block Lutri and single block the Pterion. We don't lose much here to a trick, so... Although now I'm seeing that putting Lutri in the air is a problem. Interestingly enough, we name Odd here. Wait. We attack and then name Odd. They're thinking. So now they need to play a creature, or else they're dead on board. If we draw a cycler and they play a creature, they're dead on board. Let's see what happens here. Okay. That's a pretty good card. Pretty good. Let's make a blocker, so I can't draw a card. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. No need to play it. We have one. So one creature in yard, so we'll be able to make one more. One more 1/1. And turn like that. Definitely do not want them drawing a card here, since we have lethal on board, and that's it. That game was a grind and a half. Holy cow! But that was really fun. So I will see you guys in Game 3. Okay, back here with Game 3 after a wonderful grind fest that Game 2 was. And yeah, this hand seems alright. We finally get to go first. We have the back of Dranis Stinger. We have some good cyclers. So I'm down with this. We definitely need to draw some more lands. Since we are a 16-card land, we're a little light. But good removal. Good to get us to a late game and a payoff, so let's keep. And we'll pass the turn. And we're going to hold on our cycler here. Just want to get the most value we possibly can out of our Stinger here. Would really like to see another land, but we'll have a few draws to find it. We will cycle to try and find lands. And if we draw a land, we'll play this Checkpoint Officer for sure. Okay. Alright, we'll just throw out the Checkpoint Officer then. We need to find lands. So let's cycle. Let's spin our wheels. Perfect. So we're on the Zenith Flare plan, and hope our opponent plays Big Creatures plan. Closer to casting this. And let's just stay alive. Has the potential of becoming big. Let's take a sneaky peeky. So Flame Spill is definitely the one that we want to get rid of here. They have a counter spell, so that's cute. So I have to play around that to get our Zenith Flare off. Just gonna take a Flame Spill here though. Do have their of one mind set up, so combos are good. We'll pass the turn. No attacks. End turn. Yep. Let's get that Pyroceratops up to power 4. No blockers. Cycle, cycle, cycle. Pass turn. No attacks. Ooh, they capture Sphere. Yep. Sure. Oof, that was almost, I almost, almost messed up there. Ooh, boy. Good thing there was a trigger on the stack there. Don't want them to untap. I was like, ah! Alright, we'll move this stuff. So that's sad. He's out for the count. Good on them, leaving up their counter magic. Let's see if we can get the counter magic out of them. Menace Lord or the Marmosets. We didn't see a lot of cycling stuff from them. Well, either way, we're passing the turn because we're gonna make them use their mana on their turn. We'll kill the first striker. We can at least trade with these. Okay, alright. So our last spell is a Convolute that it keeps safe. It's almost a cycle. realistically. So, pretty good for them. Pretty good for them. They're gonna get their last counterspell off. We need to fish it. Mm-hmm. One, two, three, four, five, six. So, pretty scary. Odds and evens over here. A good solid split. I guess we'll keep our life as high as we possibly can. And I guess we'll get in with this. Need to draw something good here. Snare tactician is a method. We need our opponent to stop drawing well. At least they didn't have cyclers. They had a cycler there. We're in a pretty sad spot. Another Zenith Flare. Okay. So we're gonna say odd. See what they got here. We're sitting pretty precariously against this control deck. They had a Shark Typhoon! Oh no, we're dead. Really good deck from our opponent. They just had some fantastic cards. Alright, we'll see you guys in game 4. Okay, here we are with game 4. And this hand seems alright. We have a good assortment of 1-mana cyclers, we have a cycler payoff, and we have great removal. We can get our mana. We are going to go a little bit low, but this is okay. Everything is fine. It would be great if our opponent would mull. Nope, everybody's just got to have a great hand, don't they? See what we're up against. Have not seen much green. Nice. Another black. Okay, we'll grab red. White. Stinger. Kira Deshira. I like your name, Kira Deshira. I like the cut of your jib. Fair. Laissez-faire. Find some lands. Rough. Whoo, the variants. But we have all 4 of our pacifisms. At least. So, that's pretty interesting. Farfinder makes me think of Mutation. We like to see a Mutatum. Now, Mutation also kind of gets around pacifism. They still get their value out of it, so if they end up having blue or green in their deck, they could be playing Trumpeting Gnar, and that gets around pacifism. At that point, we'd want to actually kill or exile the creature. But if they just play like a put +1/+1 counters or tap this creature, then doesn't bother me at all. Probably still gonna end up cycling the Lava Serpent here. I'm perfectly fine if you hit me You're a cute little fox. That is okay. I support you. What do we got for 4 over there, opponent? Ooh, Grim Dancer. I like that they're setting up for a good extinction event. That's definitely pacifiable. Let's see what they choose. Probably Menace and Lifelink at this point. No pester. Probably not going to cycle the memory leak here because we're not doing much otherwise. Although if we cycle memory leak now, we can leave up Lurking Deadeye on their turn to block the Finder, because that's what they've been doing. Opponent's going to draw, so yeah. No, they're adding cards to their hand. I don't know. I do not know. I think it's just kind of keep the board pretty low. They are playing green. Alright, I want to look at their hand. You got me curious, opponent. You got me curious. Let's take a peeky poo. What do we just put in there? Death's Oasis. Interesting. So, whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library into the graveyard, then return a creature with less than converted mana costs. Blah, blah, sacrifice, gain life. I mean, it's just a life gain spell at this point. That's another odd spell, so I guess I'll take the Mutual Destruction. Yeah, well, let's do that. 4-color fun stuff going on over there. Cause I mean, I ain't killing your stuff. I'm pacifying it. Pacifying. Piss. Oh man. Let's see what they do here. See what they do. They're definitely in the think tank. Definitely in the think tank. Well, I'll take this time to do a little bit of a plug-in. Oh, they're actually going to play something? My plug time. We'll plug. Yet again, I am a Twitch streamer. That is what I do with most of my time is set up for the stream and do stream events. So definitely try and check me out on Twitch, HimRatGoMTG. I stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. And if you want to get into a lot of my awesome giveaways that I do and some pretty cool promotionals I run, then definitely check out my Patreon as well. Did you just give this thing double vigilance? You want to vigilance this guy? What else if you... Oh. No. Alright. Swamp. Nice. We'll send it back to them. Let's see if they attack with their Mentor. Or they put a +1/+1 counter on their Farfinder. Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pacify. Let's attack for 4. So now this is a 1-mana gain 4. They want to smack me for 1 next turn. I'll allow it. It'll be a-okay. We are an aggro deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cyclers in the yard so far. So Zenith Flare hits for 6, and we got 2 of them. I'm thinking about something. You're gonna kill my Lurking Deadeye? Put a menace counter on your Keen Sight Mentor? Oop. What do we got, opponent? What do we got? A Banish Blade target, that's what we got. Oh, and they don't have the mana up to sacrifice it either. Well, let's do this now. Bye-bye. And we'll keep on this plan. Another fox. Go away. Heartless Act. It's not cash money of you. Odd, 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 odd. How odd. Let's just clean this up a bit. Interesting that they didn't sacrifice to gain 4 life there. We're on that 10-turn clock. That 10-turn clock. See if we can pull it out here. Heh. Interesting high toughness stuff going on here. Play a little bit more cautious. Don't want to just waste a pacifism on this guy just yet. We can tap it down for now. Tippity tap tap. And then we have some Zenith Flares to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Zenith Flare is doing a lot. Enter. Keep using our checkpoint officer as just tempo plays. The Leech. No. That's pretty good. Well, I'm gonna tap you. Then we'll just end up pacifying that. So we'll get in for 6 here. Got some great draws, that is for sure. Tie game. Elbow hurts. That is not one of them. Again, gonna hold off on pacifying this cat just for now. Well, if we do get our general, we'll be able to activate twice. They have no creatures to eat, but we have some. Good number of draws, but we're drawing lands. If you remember, we started this game with 2 lands, and one of them was a fetch land, so we even thinned a bit, and we're still flooding. Alright, now you're worth pacifying. Yikes, we dropped to 2. Rough. Come on, Zenith Flare. Another land? Come on. Man. Boy. Flood galore. Oh my goodness. Don't have a hasty creature. Are there hasty creatures in these colors? No. No, there's not. What is this? We're sitting at 2 here. Zenith Flare does a chunk. There's a 2-power creature. Need to draw something. Finally. We're gonna hit face. Hope they don't have a counterspell. Boy, that'd be sad. This deck playing a counterspell with very limited blue sources. Alright, we'll switch places. Give me a little bit more time. They can still gain 7 here, so they're at a theoretical 9. Snare Tactician is nice. But seeing as though we have not played many creatures, I'm sure they must have some form of removal. Either that or they're holding lands too. Definitely want to make them think that this is another Zenith Flare, but they gotta be thinking, like, what are the odds? So they're thinking about doing it now. Okay. Play a game of chicken here. They have a lot of life gain here. Okay, so trigger on the stack. They can gain 4 up to 6. That should be it. Why did they gain 6? Wait, is it... Wait, what? Graded converted mana cost. Ah, piddlies. Alright. Well, misread Death's Oasis there. Well, that misread might have cost me the game. Could have swore it was toughness, not CMC. God, you hate to see it. Will they get in for 9? Yeah. Well, not sure we could have potentially gotten out of this one. But we definitely tried. Enforcer could potentially win us this game still, if we are able to mill our opponent out. We'll be able to play 3 blockers. This keeps us alive. Archipelago is an odd. So, okay. We're clawing and scraping here. But they only have 5 cards left to draw. And we still have General Enforcer, which is a great way to just stay alive. But we just Ah! The entire game, we pacified them, and they come back with a pacifism. Rough game. Ah, man, super close. We just got so flooded out there. So flooded out there. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Alright, back here with game 5. We are on the 2 for 2. So far we've had a ridiculously good game and a ridiculously close game. Man, that last game, man, we just needed to draw just a tad bit better. We got slightly mana flooded there. Misread Death Oasis a little bit, but they had enough life gain that it may not have mattered. Could have saved it for a removal piece, but man, close. Pretty sure we could have won that game. This hand, however, I think is definitely keepable. Yep, we're playing against Gigantha deck, another really great companion to have that's super easy to throw into your decks. We'll keep. See if we can get a winning record and not end 2 and 3. Save this so we can get black with it, just in case we need to. Vigil Cats. Extinction Event. Still in our hand. Can still do work. We got evens and odds, though. Why haven't we seen... I haven't seen the Garuda deck yet. No blocks. I am a coward. Ooh, that is interesting. Well, let's start with 1 cycle. And let's play the caves. And we'll leave the cycle in hand for Tactician on the following turn. Hit me. I want you to do it. Gained a life just for you. Pass. No box. Fodder. Pretty interesting choice here. I think we'll hold on to the Vantasaur for now. We have 5 out of our 6 mana. I don't know. Vulpikeet. Resolves. Okay. Interesting. Very So is this considered an even CMC creature because the Volpkeet's on top? I think it is. So we got options here. I think I'm gonna look at their hand. And leave up a tappage and probably try to force them into playing an even cost. Because I'm fine throwing away the Stinger. Snare Tactician is pretty strong. Let's take a Peeky Poo. An itty bitty Peeky Poo. Yeah. Bye-bye, Shore Shark. I'm glad we looked. So, we'll let them get off their Swallow Hole here. And we're most likely going to just Extinction Event. Okay. So if they want to Swallow Hole, they'll have to put on this guy, not their flyer. Kind of hoping they choose to get rid of the Stinger, but most likely they'll end up getting rid of the Snare Tactician. Oh, Rodin, my elbow is just sore. Keep the damage rolling. Humperdinkle. That's what they do. We have the pacifism in hand for now. Well, it's nice they're not hitting their red. Sure. So we'll at least be able to get in for 4. Four mana, deal 4. Not bad. End turn. We could leave the Cycler in hand and go towards drawing another Snare Tactician, but it's kind of best just to go for it. Cool. A Gigancer, if you will. Problem is like I should be leaning in, but I feel weird leaning in. A lot of nothing going on here, and we're still drawing lands. Not going to use my pacifism on this dolphin. Unless it will kill me. I will not use that pacifism on the dolphin. They can continue to get in for one. I will allow it. I don't know why this keeps popping up. I'm not going to exile my Deadeye. Oh boy, answers. Well, who draws something first? Nice. Jeez. They have a bunch of red in hand, I'm guessing. A thing? Ooh, they can give their dolphin vigilance. Wow. This is what I have to call really good gameplay. Oh boy, you'll draw and go. Cyclers, another Zenith Flare to be lethal. They're not drawing their red, we're just drawing lands. Give me a threat. Give me a threat. Give me a threat and I'll pacify the face dolphin. When this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. So they can cost Swallow Whole whenever it mutates. I guess I'll take Porcuparrot. We're doing 6 with Zenith Flare now. Draw another Zenith Flare, we have lethal. Oh boy. A threat! A nice one too. Because that puts his protection there. Swallow Whole, odds, everything's odd. So cool. Odd. Did you get your red mana? Nope. But it's something worthy of a pacifism now. Block. Sure. You got it, opponent. Well, this was a long one, but okay, well, That was an awkward game, but it's a win in the book. We're 3-2. I'll see you guys in game 6. Okay, back here with game 6. We're 3-2, and this hand is not fantastic. We are on the draw. We do have the power of Extinction Event and a Pacifism to try and get us there, plus a one mana Cycler. Checkpoint Officer is also pretty strong, so the cards in our hand here are good. And since we're on the draw, we get one more draw. I think this is a keep, but it's loose. It's close. We need to draw our lands here. It's a great start. Because we drew that land, I'm perfectly fine with fetching here. We can get our red so that we have our perfect clean mana. Opponent's on a slower start too, which feels nice. I'm not seeing the cycling mirror yet, so which is odd because you usually just see that deck a lot. Officer. Start running the D. Cycle? No? Okay. We do have 2 Zenith Flare, which puts us in a pretty nice spot. Since this is odd, I'm not going to waste a Pacifism on it. We're just going to see if they draw more odd spells. We'll just use Checkpoint Officer as a tapper. It's currently looking like it's on even sources that we want to pacify something. Tap. Cool, cool. Nice. And nice. Okay. So we could be patient here, and we could hope that they play another odd CMC creature, and we just tap down Checkpoint Officer now, and then Extinction Event on the following turn, and then go Snare Tactician. Snare Tactician, we don't have a way to get value off of our Snare Tactician right now because we have no Cyclers in hand. So I think the plan is to just stay defensive here, and play like that. Okay. So we'll take 2. We'll take 2, maybe more, and then we'll flash in the Lurking Deadeye. Come on, play an odd CMC creature. Play something odd. Play something odd. Make me happy. 5 drop. 4 drop. Dun 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 dun. Alright, let's see what we draw. And we'll make a decision based off of that. It's a land. Okay, oof. That's no fun. That is no fun at all. We're gonna keep baiting. We want to keep baiting. They play more odd creatures, because that's the best that we can do. And we'll hold this back now. We're just trying to get the most value we can out of this Extinction Event. Play something odd, opponent. Play something odd. I'm glad they don't have Cyclers. That's nice, at least. Alright. Fine. Fino the Wino. You know what? No. I'm not giving up yet. No, yes, first strike. I'm giving up. If this didn't have first strike, I would block it, but fine. Alright, let's attack first. We'd rather have our creatures in the graveyard than in exile. we'll probably cycle the memory leak. Not now, of course, but next turn. Man, all the lands. Alright, we need to draw some goodies. Not quite. Not quite. Come on. Man. Not like this. Don't let it happen to the mana flooding. Ah, boy. They draw a cycler, then we're just like into pooper. Oof. We're just getting ran over here. Ran over. No fantastic draws. Pacifism is neat, but it's not fantastic. As soon as they cycle, we can get them with Blade Vanish, but as soon as they cycle, we're also kind of in a sucky position. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go to 1. Oh, is this only creatures, right? Okay, cool. Wise opponent. Well, it blocks. Oh, they say good game. That's no fun. They got something. They got removal. They got a pacifism. Yeah, they got a pacifism. Alright, well, we had a decent run. We went 3-3. You know, hitting it even is pretty good. There's nothing really wrong with that. Opened up a few packs, had some fun time. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and stay safe and be healthy.